Welcome to Athlete Arc. Today, we're going to tell you more tips for playing different sports. We hope the first video changed your game antics. If you missed the first video, check this channel to gain more experience. Now, let's get into today's video. Football. Football is a popular sport in the United States where people defend one of two teams. It is played with a ball and can be played professionally or for fun. Tips for playing better. 1. Stick to your position. Know what your strengths and weaknesses are and develop strategies around them. 2. If you're on the offensive side, make sure that you get open for a pass while reading where the defense is at all times. If you notice more defenders catching up to you, then there's a good chance that the ball will be coming to you. 3. If you're on the defensive side, make sure that you put pressure on the player with the ball while directing the play where you want it to go. Always remember not to take all of your attention off of the ball, because if it's past you, then there's no hope for recovery. 4. Make sure that you keep an eye on how much time is left. If your team is in a tough spot, then you need to make sure that you waste as little time as possible. Try and go for a big play. 3. Boxing. Boxing is a sport where two people fight each other with their fists while wearing protective gear. It's one of the most barbaric sports, but it is still very popular due to its competitive nature and simplicity for anyone to pick up. Tips for playing better. 1. Make sure that you're on top of your cardio, because this is an endurance sport. If you don't have the physical strength to keep going, then you won't win any fights. 2. It's also important that you know how to dodge your opponent so that they don't land a big hit on you. If you can read what your opponent is going to do, then it will be much easier for you to fight them. 3. The most important thing to do is stay off the ropes. If you find yourself pinned against the fence, then there's a good chance that your opponent will be able to land a big shot on you. 2. Swimming. Swimming is a sport where you're in the water and use your lung capacity to propel yourself through the water as quickly as possible. It is very popular at most beaches, but it is also seen as a recreational activity for many people. Tips for playing better. 1. When swimming, make sure that your body is perpendicular to the direction of your stroke and not parallel. That way, it will be much easier to get more power from your legs. 2. When swimming, try to have a breathing pattern where you breathe in when one arm is fully outstretched. Then after your head goes underwater, you exhale and repeat the sequence. 3. If you want to move as quickly as possible through the water, then you should always try and keep your whole body straight. If you're leaning too far forward or backward, then it will make swimming slower. 4. It's also important to make sure that your arms are in sync with your kick, because if they aren't, then you won't be able to get as much power from them. 1. Tennis. Tennis is a sport where two people play against one another from opposite sides of a net. It's one of the more popular sports in the world, and some famous tennis players include Serena Williams, Roger Federer, Novak Djokovic, and Andy Murray. Tips for playing better. 1. This is a great sport for cardio because you're constantly running and jumping. Make sure that you work on your stamina and footwork if you want to win against stronger players. 2. If you're playing tennis, then it's important that you develop a good overhand serve because it will give you an advantage at the beginning of the game. 3. When you're playing against someone who is much better than you, make sure that you're not going for too many shots in a row. If they return it with their forehand, then you won't be able to reach the ball. 4. For beginners, always try to go for winners when you have a chance. That will ensure that your opponent doesn't have a big lead over you going into the second set. It is important to stay focused, maintain good technique, and practice regularly in order to excel at your chosen sport. Whether you are training for an upcoming competition, trying to improve your performance on the field, or simply working towards staying healthy and fit through exercise, these tips will help you stay on track and achieve your goals. So be sure to take these tips to heart. Put in the hard work and enjoy the benefits of becoming a great athlete. If you gain more knowledge by watching this video, Subscribe to this channel right now. Make sure to click on the like button too. What is your take on these tips? Do you think that they are practical enough? Leave a comment below now to share your thoughts.